Welcome back, day 5. So today we're going super cold. Now, one of the things that I've noticed with the cold water was that, yeah, of course it was the cold water that made so much difference, but what I think I didn't realise until looking back on it a little bit was that it gave me so much more than just that. So when I started doing the cold water, it was just me and my partner, and we went down, and it was great. It was really lovely. It was something that the two of us could do together, because all of the things that we used to do together were things that I couldn't be doing, or when I did try, I ended up feeling terrible. So this was something that we could do together. I think he wasn't 100% enjoying every single minute of it, but it was great. And then I wanted to go more often than he did, but, there was a group of world swimmers that swam locally, and I didn't want to, say I would meet them, because I thought, well, there's a 50% chance that I won't feel good on the day and I'll have to bail. And me with my people-pleasing tendencies and, not wanting to let people down and being worried about making plans, I didn't join any of them for ages, even though I could see that they were posting swims up, come and join us, do all these things. And I was like, oh, but I can't do that because I might not feel good on that day. Or they might want to swim longer than me, or they might stay in longer, or, all of these things that we think. So I put it off for ages. And then eventually I did. I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll just go. There were loads of people going anyway, and I thought, well, if I show up, that's great. And actually, if I don't go, then nobody's going to miss me. So I did, and it was great. And, after that, I realised that actually, if I cancelled on people, it didn't matter. They did understand. So I started going and, meeting some of them some of the time, and it was really lovely, because I think what I'd missed was the social connection. Most of the friends that I'd had before, they would send me the odd message and say, hey, how's it going? And when you have long COVID, that's such a loaded question. Sometimes you want to tell them all about it and they don't want to hear. And sometimes that's the last question you want to answer, because the last thing you want to do is talk about long COVID when you're living it every second of every day anyway. So I was feeling really isolated. Didn't really have any friends that much that I was in touch with, certainly not that I really saw. So this was huge. Anyway, fast forward to December last year, and it suddenly got very cold, as it does in Scotland at that time of year sometimes. And I'd had a terrible couple of months for various reasons, and I sort of felt like I was crawling out of a hole only to get hit by something else. So it hadn't been a good kind of maybe 6-7 weeks. But, I eventually did start to crawl out of that hole a little bit, start to feel slightly better than I did, able to sort of function on a level that I hadn't been able to for a bit. And, because the weather was cold, everyone was like, right, we're going ice swimming today. And I was like, oh my goodness. But I thought, well, I could go ice swimming. Could I go ice swimming? Maybe I could go ice swimming. Anyway, I thought I would go. So I went along and joined them all there, and it was absolutely beautiful. And, some of the guys were in the water up to their waists, smashing away at this ice that was about 4 inches thick with a sledgehammer. And I'm just looking at them thinking, oh my goodness, respect. I was thinking it was hard enough for me to walk from the car to the edge of the loch, which was a couple of minutes. So it was a bit oh my goodness. Anyway, the time came and they were like, right, you're either getting in now or you're not getting in, because we're not staying in very long here. It's literally freezing. So I took all my stuff off I went in, and actually it didn't feel as cold as I thought it was going to. Actually, it was much easier to get in, because I sort of thought, no, I don't think I can do this. And it was just such a thrill. After the sort of previous couple of weeks, well, more than a couple of weeks, which had been horrendous, it felt amazing. And, a few weeks later, when I was feeling even more better, I was feeling much better by then, I took my partner back because it had frozen again. and he was sort of having the same reaction that I'd had the first time, where he was like, we're not doing this, are we? Are we actually doing this? And anyway, he did. To his credit, he got in as well. So, it was a lot of effort to smash through that ice, so, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own if I hadn't have had the other people with me. But, oh, it was just, oh, amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. I should probably point out that if you were going to ice swim, don't go ice swimming alone. Make sure you have like even more layers than you think you need, hot drinks, all of that sort of stuff, and please don't stay in too long. You know, like you're going to be in even less time in the ice water because it's so cold. But yeah, I can't wait this year now for things to properly freeze so I can go and smash at that ice myself with the sledgehammer this year. So yeah, ice swimming, that was definitely an experience.